Okay.
Are you getting the hang of it?
Okay.
You're moving the camera.
All right, now cut it out. Al, uh, before we start, I'd just like to introduce you to the audience. Um, Ladies and gentlemen, we have with us the president of the Greater Nashua Council on Alcoholism, is a noted authority on the disease of alcoholism, and we are just honored to have him with us today, and we're going to just ask him a few questions, and please listen closely, and at a later date, in case there are any further questions, we would probably invite Mr. Duval back. Okay, Al?
Yes.
Could you tell us, sir, how long have you been in this business?
In the business of the Greater National Council on Alcoholism?
Yes.
4 years.
Uh-huh. And you've been with it since its inception?
Yes. I've been with it since its beginning, even.
And have you been president for that whole time?
No, I have just been president since no one else wanted it. This was about 6 months ago. Before that, I was the Public Information and Education Committee chairperson, and then after that, I was vice president.
Could you tell us what some of your duties were in that capacity?
Oh, we used to put on awareness nights. We used to invite different dignitaries in from the surrounding communities and do a lot of public education and awareness to the disease concept of alcoholism.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And did you find that was effective? I mean, in combating the disease of alcoholism?
Oh, by all means. I think making the community aware of the problem or the existence of the problem is the most important thing there is.
Yes. And
yeah.
Did you find people receptive to that?
I not only found them receptive, but I found that they listened.
And did anybody ever tell you you're a little bit of a jerk?
Oh, quite frequently. Quite often, as a matter of fact.
And what kinds of things does the Greater Nashua Council have in mind for the future?
Oh, yes, I'm glad you asked that, because starting November, they say November 2nd, but I don't think we'll be quite ready. I think more like January 2nd. We're going to have what we call a Crisis Intervention Center, acronym CIC.
Could you expound a little bit on that?
I will not only expound on it, I'll tell you what it's all about. It's going to be an overnight place to stay for the inebriate, either self-referred or police-referred. In other words, if a police officer sees a gentleman on the street drunk, and he picks him up and puts him in a car, and rather than bring him to the cooler, providing the drunk doesn't puke all over the back seat of the cop's car, then they'll put him down in the CIC for the night. Then in the morning, prior to his discharge, he will receive some guidance and counsel as to how to stop drinking.
Now, what is the criteria for getting into that crisis
Criteria is you have to blow 10 on the alcometer.
Oh, is that a fact?
Sure.
And if you don't blow that, then
back out
no
into the snow, baby. Back out into the snow, you know.
Now, what about the drug addiction? Say a coke addict, for example, or you know, someone that's high on angel dust or something. Would you take someone in like that?
No, we try to refer him to another outlet within the community where he could or she could receive help. But this is strictly alcohol crisis intervention center. There are programs more or less established for the substance abuser.
I see.
Yes.
Do you think that's wise in view of the fact that we have so many coke addicts today?
Yes, I'm sorry, but I do think it's wise, because I think we, the Alcohol Crisis Intervention Center, are only facilitated to cope with the disease of alcoholism. We would do a big injustice to the person, like you aforementioned, with the cocaine addiction. If he or she came to us for help, we wouldn't know what to do, what to say.
I see.
We have some moxie addicts too, you know.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Now, how about, I've never heard of a moxie addict.
Moxie addict.
What are the symptoms? What would you be looking for in a moxie addict?
A person that I know quite well, there always has to be 2 full bottles of moxie in the house.
Oh, how
And he
sad.
becomes quite alarmed that there's no moxie in the house.
Oh, how sad.
Yes.
Must be very difficult on that man's family.
It certainly is. They go through hell.
Yeah.
Well, I gotta go now.
Okay, well, goodbye, Mr.
All right,
Duval.
bye.
Here now. Okay, that makes it a little bit better. I had it on the outside setting with the sun. Okay, now this seems a little bit better. Now Maxie's reading the paper.
Yes, and there's not a whole lot here to really get excited about.
Maxie, would you please get up and just walk over there for a minute, please?
Mostly just...
Please, Maxie. You're getting a light, and I gotta say, come on. I know, it's not gonna take a minute. Come on. Christ, this will be the middle of this problem, you know? Okay, come on, there. Okay, now back up. There's no light in
Would
here.
you like me to sing?
Yes, would you sing a song, please?
Oh, how we danced on a night we were wed. We vowed our true love, no word was said. The world was in bloom. Uh-oh, the telephone's ringing.
Probably Bob Miner.
Hi, Grant.
Hi, Ashley. Hello, Ashley. Why don't we all get up and go walk into the living room? It's better in there. Go ahead.
Let's go in the living
Go ahead. I'll watch you as you
room.
go.
Take that leg in there.
No.
Don't take me down.
Who's going?
I gotta leave in 10 minutes.
Not so fast. Close the door before I fall down and kill myself. I can't see you. Hey, stop, Maxie, for a minute. Stop. Hey, Ashley. Okay, go ahead. My name is Ashley, and I'm going into the living room now. Hello, Ashley. Ho, 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 ho. Got to have the camera on. It's on now, though.
Oh, you mean it wasn't on that whole
I
thing?
don't think so.
Oh.
Ashley.
Pretty girl.
Let's hear her talk now. Hear her talk.
You're the baby.
Would you hear Ashley? What's this? What are you so excited about? What are you doing? That's hilarious.
Oh, what a funny baby.
Do it again with the bag.
Ashley. Hi, Ashley. Oh, where's that pretty little girl? Hi, Ash. Hi, little girl.
Say hi, Grant.
Which one is the fade here?
And I thought she was in a bad mood.
If that's a bad mood, well, I'll take it in.
Are you gonna be an actress? A comedian? Hi, Grant. See my teeth? You see my teeth?
Ashley, let me see your teeth. Show me your tooth.
Yeah.
There. What a big old tooth. Let me see it. Come on so I can see you.
Show Graham.
Go out there and show Grant. Now, do like, make a little jump around and
So you look
show
at
how you can be nice on the movies.
Okay. Is that it?
Huh?
Is it a video? Let that sound.
Sure.
Oh,
Okay, why don't you tell them about your slippers? Tell Graham the name of your people. Which one? Which one is which? Yeah, who's that? Yeah. Show Graham. Oh, those are nice.
what did you do all day, Eric? Did you do any fun stuff?
You went outside, right? Played outside, took a nap. Then we have Emily here.
Yeah.
Got the hiccup.
Emily has the hiccup.
Want to be in the movies?
Yeah, but
Not
she
happy.
likes to be in the movies, though.
We have to have some coffee.
No, thank you.
Want the minute.
Not X-rated, Keith.
Yeah, right.
Now, let's see, what can we do? Maybe we can have Eric come and sit in this chair.
Oh,
And we
how about
could
if you
put-
hold
and
Emily?
we could put Emily in and Grant
Yeah.
can put both of
That's
you.
better on the couch though, because he has the pillow here.
I got an idea. We can put Eric in a fire truck. We could have take pictures of Eric driving around in a fire truck.
Okay, we can do that too.
Okay.
We have plenty
Look
of.
at Dad. Look. He looks like the typical VP
Oh,
guy.
Yeah, and then her head's on.
No, don't take pictures of me.
Yeah.
Ah,
Oh, look.
What do you think of the Red Sox game last night?
Okay,
Oh,
okay,
do
quick,
this before.
Great game.
quick, come on.
Say hi.
Come this
There, look at Grant.
Come
Look at
this
Grant.
way, come this way.
There, oh,
Ooh,
that's nice.
look at that. Oh, isn't that cute?
Now, who's that you're holding, Eric?
And who is she? Who is she? Who is Emily?
Is she your aunt?
What is
Is she your cousin?
she? No. What is she?
My little baby.
Sister. Yeah. Emily's falling there. I think we better pick her up.
Hit the spade button here. What's that doing?
So how does this work now? Explain the intricacies of this machine.
The intricacies of this machine start off with you got to put the cable from this thing here on my left to the one thing on the right. And there's a lot I don't know about it, Keith. You know?
Why don't you let your father do it?
No, you don't have to hold it in, Keith. As long as that red light is on. The red light on in there?
Yeah,
Okay.
I got it on wide.
Emily, you're a pretty little, isn't she cute, huh?
How about if I press the zoom now?
Careful.
The zoom is the first one here. You're on that. The zoom is there. Press that one.
Now what does that do?
See? That brings it in, right?
Oh, yeah.
Now if you press the other one, it'll bring it back. First time I did it, I had my hand in front of it. I'll tell you.
You
It's
catching
a lot
all
of
this,
hard to
Opie?
learn, you know.
Hey, Keith, are you catching it all?
Oh, what's he doing?
Is this a little doggy? Oh, look at the nice little doggy.
Might auto new battery. You only got an hour and a half out of the battery.
Oh, that's
I
good.
know.
You gotta recharge it though, see?
Oh, it's
Hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom be one with them, and thanking him forever in heaven, in Christ Jesus our Lord. Amen. God is the giver of all life, human and divine, the faithful members of his holy people. He sends his peace upon all who are gathered, the Son and the Holy Spirit. Go in peace, love, serve the Lord and one another. Hallelujah. May the Red Sox win again.
Christening and I took all the pictures. I didn't have a chance to get any film. Neil's doing it for me now. It's a very important day in our lives. I gotta go take some pictures of Emily or Keith will shoot me. Come on. Come on now.
I get the 35.
I went to the same school, I guess, down in
The 35
Is he training now?
having the black? Oh, my goodness, what is it?
What do you call it, an intern? That's what he's doing now.
much longer do you have to?
Have a little competition here.
I go back to Virginia. That doesn't count. That doesn't count.
There's that guy with a growth in his eye again, you know?
Pretty soon, and I don't want to.
They stat about it too now.
She's got pre.
Well, done. Probably go overseas, I think.
Are you
Not
a general
sure.
practice? Yeah. General practice.
I work in the emergency room.
Yeah, oh, still, you still in emergency.
Now she's crying. Getting the devil out of her, Joe. Yeah.
Patriots are ahead 17-0. Bills got the ball at the 3-yard line. 4th down and 3.
Did you catch that okay on film? I hope.
Big and too big.
Big kick.
Quite a team, huh? They're tough for 2 outs.
Yeah, she's getting it ready.
Oh! Knocking off.
Brought to you by Alpha Productions.
Mm-hmm.
Big.
Al, do you have any
Why don't you let the handle there?
particular scene?
Yeah, since the red light is on, that means it's working, but I keep on screwing up here, you know?
Imagine if we had Amy and Katie and Philip and Nicole. My household. You didn't need all that.
Back of her head. Good shot of the back of her head.
Good shot of Max's fanny there, too, you know?
That's Morris over there? Is that Morris we're looking at now?
That's Morris.
Yeah, right.
Keep that again? Oh, he might like that. He likes swings. Is there?
No room. I'm really big. Graham, say hi. He looks like a linebacker, doesn't he? He looks like a middle linebacker.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have Graham in the swing. And on his right, we have Keith, who's not in the swing. And then as we go over to the left, we have Mr. and Mrs. Neil Duval.
Hi, Al.
Hi.
They're not in the swing either.
How you doing, Al?
Not too
My
bad.
wife, Sue.
Now we'll come back down to the nice little guy, and
Graham
he's still in the swing.
seems to enjoy the swing.
Graham looks at Keith.
I don't think she did.
Who wants it?
She said she baked it last night, but
You don't think so?
I got you now, Rachel.
I don't have any baby money.
Well, find one, for heaven's sake. Go get Jay or something. Jesus.
I was just gonna say that.
But someday when I learn how to work this, it'll be a lot of fun, you know?
May I have your paw? Delicious, isn't it? See, this is like Emily's
that looks
birthday
good.
party.
Eat taboo. It's that one. Give him
Yeah,
that
he
one.
cut his own
You know
pizza.
Spice Cake's his favorite.
You want the bigger one if there's a bigger one.
Well, he cut that for himself. That's what he did.
I cut it the size I wanted, and I offered it to Paul.
Paul knew better.
Paul refused.
Oh, he refused, so that was nice of him.
Erin, turn around. We have to take a picture.
With mustard.
Wow. Woo-hoo, it's recording.
No. No.
Eric, I had made the same mistake.
Hi, Ashley.
He's not taking them off.
Hey, what? Yeah, say hi. Say hi to the camera. Yeah, say hi. Do a little dance for us, Waz.
Oh, I could do it, really.
Go ahead,
I
do it.
need the elbow room.
Do a dance for us.
Yeah,
Do a
you
little
like
jig.
that, huh?
Tell Ashley you're patty.
Are you taking them pictures right
You
now?
betcha.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I'll give you my best profile.
Okay.
I'll bring you the signed ones.
Give a profile for us.
Yeah, no, you got it right
Okay, let's have a picture. Look at Uncle Neil. Let him see your whole face. Oh, wow. Why don't you talk in the camera?
Say hi for us, Eric.
Say hi there, Uncle Neil.
Hi there, Uncle Neil.
Oh, hello there, Eric.
Does that sound too?
Oh, yeah.
Is that right? Wow.
Well, I'm taking movies.
Oh, good boy.
Well, because Emily got baptized today.
Okay, Neil, it's my camera.
Okay. I'm sorry, Eric. I have to leave now.
You can't move in there. You can't, they got everything you could possibly need.
Ashley, show Ashley how to do patty cake. She doesn't know how to do it. Say patty cake, tell her.
Patty cake, patty cake.
Baker's man.
No sense in worrying about it. That's why I like
So no more baseball?
Oh, patty cake, patty cake.
Yeah, I don't think.
No.
How about some action ping pong photos?
Let's take some shots of Keith here.
Action ping pong photos.
Certainly, we'd be happy to take some of those for you.
I thought Rachel was going to play Andrea in one game.
That's what we thought, too.
Yeah, we're gonna bet money on
Let's
that.
go over here and let's interview Rachel.
Oh, I hate to be
Where you going?
Rachel,
Rachel.
hey, Rachel, we heard you were
I was
gonna.
already photographed.
We heard that you were gonna be playing a game of ping pong for us.
But I don't think I'm right on top of my game play today.
Can we take that as a no?
Yes.
You know, of course, that what the press is gonna say when they hear
Yes,
that.
I know. They have me
That's why you sat there?
I'm doing.
Take little mummy and Emily. Oh, you sure?
Yes, that's the role, but
DDD, right?
it's
all right. I just.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you. Well, the first one, the digital system, we inventory this year.
Yeah, because I played basketball
We
against
do what
Hank.
they call,
And
they
depends on
call
what's in the back,
their
okay?
cycle count.
Yeah.
Like
I'm
we
gonna
do
put
it,
it in
and
my
then
bank,
it's within
okay?
bounds or something, you know? Out of the whole,
Have you seen David Letterman lately?
Yeah.
Seen it a lot lately.
You see what he did with Mookie Wilson?
That was great.
And, they got the era right now, the first ones, so far, and they took my and they got it. Okay, no, I'm watching these.
Eric. Oh, he's opening his holiday present. Well, by the time we get the babies lined up.
Like I say, Keith, I got stuff I got.
Oh, they won. Oh, Chris gonna be asleep for this. That's all right. Better than have him screaming.
Okay, now, where can we, you're gonna have to be all ready to go, Neil, because.
Would you give me a kiss? I wanna fight her.
Squish her.
Can I hold her? Can I see how she's not that much.
The youngsters in that one, you know?
Maybe, here, and maybe Eric.
Somebody drool all over this thing.
See Al's nose.
Never mind.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. You're going to Ashley.
Can you grab my thing for me?
Can you get the four of them?
Eric.
All right,
Hi
look
there.
up here, Ashley. Yeah,
Ashley. Smile.
Ashley.
Smile.
Patty cake.
And Graham is doing his natural thing.
No, he's not. He's not eating.
Go ahead, take my
And
picture.
Graham is sleeping.
And Emily's wide awake. Look
I
at
know it, that's what she
My
looks
kid hasn't slept all day. She's gonna sleep
Is
for
that right?
24 hours.
Okay?
Yeah.
All set?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Why don't
Thank you, Eric. Good job.
Hi, my name is Graham Norvell, and I love to
I'm
sleep.
doing what I do all the time. Do it
I
so
love
well.
to sleep. I got a full belly.
Just sleep.
Do you like any of
You are him.
them?
Watch it go. You stay too long, huh?
I better get this dress off. Yeah, you better.
It's not bad. I don't think. Some people get self-conscious when the camera's on. It doesn't bother me at all. I can sit here all day long. Just watch you don't pull the cord out of the wall. Glad you get the cap on the lens.
Yeah,
Doesn't bother me. Some people, you know. Ask Keith what he thinks about the game last night. Did they make the announcement about the Red Sox?
No, I didn't hear it. Hi, David Letterman here, and it's Stupid Human Tricks time again. Yes, it is. Okay, and who's going to come up and do the first Stupid Human Trick? Paul Revere. What's he going to do today? Okay, Al Duval from Nashville, New Hampshire.
Yes.
We heard you've got something pretty stupid that you do.
Yes.
What's that?
Quite frequently. Every morning when I get up.
He must be berserk.
What can we do?
I don't know. What can we do?
Well, we all know that Mookie Wilson's picture is in the Mayor of Houston's office.
Is that right?
Yep, full life poster of Mookie Wilson.
Is it in black and white?
With the mayor's.
Over here.
Yeah. Oh, look at it.
What was so funny was
We all heard about the Pollock, didn't we?
We can't tell Polish jokes.
Eric, did you hear the one about the Pollock? They went to the doctors for physical. And the doctor said, well, the first thing we need is a stool sample, and then we're going to need a urine sample. Pollock, being in such a hurry, said, Doc, I'll be glad to leave my shorts, but I just can't stay.
Oh.
What'd you think of that one, Eric? What's Eric? Eric's showing you how to...
Well, he's had
enough.
Back to Earth.
Is that right?
Don't like the commute? No, it's good. Very,
Gloria.
Yeah, you get to make one.
Well, it'd be better if you had a gas back on. Just fly over traffic.
I decided not to bid on that job, I tell you, Neil.
Oh, how come?
Because we found out that it would be an inventory control specialist for specimens.
You're kidding, really?
That's all it would be.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yep.
That song, John? I remember that song. I had a nice while ago.
Yeah.
Right?
No, she didn't. What was that?
Tell Kevin's been here, spit up on us. Kevin's been here. I know.
You've had a lot of babies.
Actually, I'm accusing Kevin to be anyone.
What did he do?
Anybody else say, oh, baby, spit up here.
Oh, no.
Wait a minute.
No, mine has a little bit of a lining to it. Is it the closet?
Up to me.
Yeah.
I like Louise.
Yeah.
You making any more business?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ticketing should be a last resort.
Really?
All other things before you pick it. That's all I said. You know, I said I don't want to pick it, but if you have to pick it, it's going to be a pick. Yeah, I've done it before.
Are we shooting now? Okay, now this is a test. Here we are on site.
We're going to test that mic.
We're going to test this mic.
Now I'm going to talk into this mic to see if this one still works.
All right, you go ahead and talk into that mic.
So if this mic is actually still working, my voice would be very loud right now.
However, if that mic wasn't working, his voice wouldn't be heard at all, and my voice would be 3 times as loud.
That's right. So
Now, that was a very brilliant deduction.
shall we go play this and test it to see if
I think we should go play this and test it. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Al Duval, Channel 4 News. Before I call our guest in, I want to tell you a little bit about him. Neil Duval is his name. 10 years ago to this day, he and a gentleman named Steve Slack were involved in quite a bicycle trip. They planned this trip to start in Bangor, Maine, well, Ellsworth, Maine, slightly outside Bangor, and they were going to go all the way down to Hampton Beach. We did an interview with them, and they accomplished that trip, and it was quite a journey. Many people have written in, and they want to know what became of Neil Duval and Steve Slack. 10 years has gone by since that eventful trip. two upstanding young gentlemen against the Route 1 and Route 3 all the way down from Bangor. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to welcome Neil Duval to our audience tonight. Good evening, Neil.
How you doing, Al?
Good.
Good to see you.
Now, what made you and Steve want to come back?
Before we start, I'd like to congratulate you on going video.
Well, yes, we did do audio before, didn't we?
It becomes
Yes.
you.
Thank you very much. I noticed that, too. Other people have written in, too, saying they were so glad that I left the radio station and went into
Right.
Channel 4. They
Right, I
really
can
and
see-
truly
I can
appreciate
see where
that.
they would.
Yes,
It's
yeah.
Channel 4, is it?
Channel 4, right.
It's good to see you.
That's one after Channel 3. You know?
I see.
You just look right at the camera. Have you
Yeah.
had any experience before talking in front of a camera?
No, this is totally new
Well,
for me.
The production men are behind there, so
That's
you
the
just
camera.
try to look right into the camera, but just to all
Who's that guy?
practical purposes, that's our cameraman, you know.
Oh, I'll be
Yeah.
a son of a gun.
Yeah, no, don't be a son of a gun.
I
Just
thought I
be the
saw him in jail
interviewee.
once.
No, you never saw him in jail. Now, this trip, 10 years ago, you and Steve Slack contemplated, took, and finalized all the way from Bangor, Maine.
It wasn't actually Bangor, Al. Did I ever tell you about that?
Oh, wasn't it Bangor?
No, it was Ellsworth, actually.
Oh, Ellsworth, slightly outside Bangor.
Just outside of Bangor,
Right, I do
yeah.
recall that now.
We used to
You're
call
right.
it Bangor, though, because people know where Bangor is.
Yeah, now if I remember correctly, you had what I referred to as a carry-upper, right?
A bringer-upper.
Oh, a bringer-upper.
Bringer-upper, yeah.
Yes.
John Teresic.
Yes.
Some people call him John Tressavant.
Oh, John Tressavant,
John
yes, I
Tressavant.
remember John
Yeah.
Tressavant. Now, John Tressavant was the person we called the bringer-upper. He
The
brought you and
bringer-upper.
Steve.
Who's that?
Well, that's just one of the production people running out to get something. I don't know. You
This is
know?
a really rinky-dink operation you
well,
run here, Al.
if she trips over that wire, she's had the course, I'll tell you, you know. Yeah. So, John Tressavant, Terasvant, whatever his name
Teresic.
is. Teresic.
We call him Teresic.
Teresic.
A lot of his public like
Call
to
him
call him
Tressavant,
Tressavant.
yes.
Yeah.
Now, if I remember correctly, he was the bringer-upper. He was
One of the finest in the business.
Yes, now
I
he
might
was
add.
to bring you and Steve Slack up. Up, right.
He bring us
up. That's why they called it the bringer-upper.
Bringer-upper.
Now,
right.
he transported the bikes along with you.
Yes, of course. They're
Right.
bicycles.
Now, if I'm not
actually
mistaken,
bikes.
Bicycles.
Bicycles.
Yeah, because you had tricycles. You explained that to
That's
me
right.
very eloquently at one time,
That's
I
right.
remember. If it was a bike,
Right.
it would be a motorcycle.
Right.
And you're not bikers, you're bicyclists.
Right. And if you're somebody's father, you'd be their pop. You wouldn't be their popsicle.
That's right. You would
That's
be
right.
their pop, right.
Which is a difference.
And there's
Pop
such a
and
thing as,
popsicle.
sexual, like bisexual and trisexual, too.
Exactly.
Okay, in other
And
words,
that's
it's how you
that's
speak
the
to it.
distinction we're trying to make.
Okay, in other words, bicycling has come a fantastic way.
Well, it
since
has
you
come
and
a
Steve-
long
yes,
ways.
yes.
It has come a long ways, Alan. I'm glad you brought that up.
Yes.
Bicycling back then was a near nowhere sport.
Yeah.
A near nowhere sport.
You're right.
And we've now got a new line of children's clothes. Have you seen this?
I noticed that, right,
it's
yeah.
just
Oh,
very-
yes,
yeah.
bike racing
Yeah,
star.
maybe the people at
Yes.
home would like to see that. Can
Yes.
we zoom in on that?
Not very well, you know.
Okay.
Okay. Now we have a line of children's clothes. You and Steve are still very involved in bicycling, I understand.
Very involved. We don't ride together too much anymore.
It's kind of hard to do because he's in one end of the country and you're in the other,
Well,
right?
yeah, he's in Seattle.
You don't ride together, but you ride alone.
Well, right, not
Right.
together.
Not together.
No.
If you were here together, you would be riding as...
Right.
Yes.
Well, we used to ride alone together.
Yeah, right.
Now, no
Now-
more of that.
The public has written in, since we went video especially, and they wanted to try to get you and Steve...
Surprised that the people watch this show can write.
Oh, yes, they do. They write
Yeah.
very well, as a matter of fact. You know, some of them, you can see the big E's like that and the O's like that, you know. The X's are what I like when they really go right down hard on the X's, you know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's quite a show you run
Oh,
here.
it's a great show. Yes, it is. What we like about this show, it's public education, so there aren't any
That's
commercials
right.
either.
I'll be a
Right.
son of a gun, no
Don't be a
kidding.
son of a gun. Just be the interviewee. I'm the interviewer, right? Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Now, people have written in, like I say, before I was so rudely interrupted.
Excuse me.
And yes, that's all right. Did you poop or something or what?
This is just a video. This is a smell tape
All
too.
right, thank God for that.
Whoa-wee.
Jeez, what the hell did you have for lunch, Neil? A little kielbasa or something
A
there?
little kielbasa. I'm married to a Polish girl.
Is that right?
We'll get into that later.
Oh, yeah, all right, fine. So what happened in essence is after all these people have written in, and they wanted to know what became of you and Steve, and I sent our research staff out.
That's right.
They did a study on it,
That's right.
and they found out that the both of you were contemplating another trip very identical to the trip, only it was going to be a longer one. Could you explain that to our listening audience and our viewing audience?
Yes. To your viewing audience, Al, That's a total falsehood. Steve, I haven't spoken to Steve in over 5 years, and I don't know where they came up with that.
Well, that's the purpose of this show, to clear up any falsehoods.
I see. Would you rather I told a story?
Well,
I lied?
we advertise this in the TV.
Can we cut this part out later?
Well, we advertise. This is not on tape. This is live.
Oh my God. Okay, forget it.
Yes, we advertise this show. And the name of the show is "Where Are They Now?"
I'm right here. Thanks.
Well, yes, but that's why the people wrote in. I know you're right here now, you fool. I'm sitting beside you.
Oh.
But they wanted to know what you're doing.
I'm
and
just
that's
being
why,
interviewed.
Yes, and the letter that we received, we opened it up, with one of those letter openers.
Yeah. So you did get a letter then?
Yes, we did get a letter, right?
Yeah.
And we opened up the letter, and the whole staff was right there. We had a big board meeting, and the letter was read. And they said, we'll do the production on this one. Where are they now?
I see.
And it was Neil Duval and Steve Slack, and this letter said they heard that they were planning another trip, only this time it was going to be from coast to coast.
Well, I wish that were the case. Well, I honestly do. That coast-to-coast thing's been done. You know what I'm saying? The coast-to-coast thing's been done. It's been done. It's been overdone. I don't think it needs to be done again, and I think you know where I'm coming from when I say that.
Well, I assume you're coming from the coast.
That's right.
Right.
But
the coast-to-coast thing has been done before, but what we want is the coast-to-coast the other way.
That's been done too.
Is that right?
You know what hasn't been done?
What hasn't been done?
Nobody's crossed the Atlantic on bicycle.
No one has crossed the Atlantic on the bicycle?
On bicycle. We're talking, not the major portion of the Atlantic. Something like from Long Island to London is what we're thinking of.
Well,
and Steve and I were thinking that's never been done. The coast-to-coast thing has been done. Why don't we get together? And we were planning on doing this on the 25th anniversary of the Ellsworth trip, the one near Bangor.
Ellsworth outside Bangor?
In Maine, right. And going across the Atlantic on bicycle.
How, pray tell, could you pedal your fanny across the water from coast to coast or from ocean to ocean? How could you do that?
Well, I'm awfully glad you asked that.
Well, I'm kind of glad I asked the question because I couldn't very well ask anything else, for Christ's sake.
Because I was hoping you were going to ask that. A lot of people ask us that. As a matter of fact, almost everybody that we tell we're planning this trip asks us that. And you know what the answer is I give to them?
I'm just dying to hear it.
I forgot the question. What's the question?
The question was, how do you plan on pedaling across the ocean?
Oh, okay, that's right. On bicycles.
On bicycles.
That's right, because that's the thing that hasn't been done.
Well, do you understand why it hasn't been done?
No.
I think the bicycle would sink.
Aha, Al, here's where you and most people ignorant in the facts of bicycling tend to fall short.
Well, I don't interrupt you for 1 minute, but I don't think you should say ignorant. I think you should just say misinformed or uninformed.
Misinformed. I knew her well. I went out with her once.
Misinformed?
Misinformed, yeah.
Were she Mr. Informed's daughter?
Yeah, that's right.
Right. Okay, go ahead.
And you're very misinformed because, think for a minute, I'm just going to ask you a question. What is it that fills the tires of bicycles?
Air.
Very good, very good. And what does air do in relation to water?
Float.
There you go. And so, if we take 2 tires filled with air on our bicycle, it shouldn't be any problem to actually bicycle across the Atlantic Ocean. And we think that the reason it hasn't been done before is people like you, misinformed, they never thought to think of the actual bicycle tire. Being filled with air, being very buoyant, you put almost 90 pounds of air in those things, and everybody just focuses right in all of a sudden on the bicycle, the metal, the steel bicycle. They don't think about the air in the tires.
I understand about the air in the tires, but, when you have air in the tires and you put the tires on the water and you put 150 or 180 pounds of weight on the bicycle seat,
that's right, causing
the air in the tires to greatly submerge into the water below the wheels.
No, well, let me tell you again, Al, I weigh 160 pounds, okay?
It's soon to be sopping wet, too, I imagine, if you get on a bike.
Soaking wet, 160 pounds. And
which it will be when you get in the water.
My bicycle weighs 20 pounds. That's
okay, 180 pounds.
Okay. And if I put 95 pounds of air in each tire,
That's 190 pounds.
190 pounds of air displacing 180 pounds worth of non-buoyant material.
So in essence, what you have is zero balance.
5 pounds in my favor, I would say.
Well,
or 10 pounds actually in my favor.
Not having paid
190,
much
180.
attention to geography when I was in school, so I don't know much about weights and measures.
Okay.
But don't you have to have some form of traction? Doesn't the tire, regardless of having air in it or no air in it, whether it's solid rubber, doesn't it have to have traction where it bites in and goes around and
these
around
are the questions that needed to be asked. Think for a minute now, Al. When you were a kid, you had a bicycle, right?
As a matter of fact, I did have a bicycle. It had balloon tires.
Right. Now, did you ever take playing cards and you stick them on the bicycle so that the bicycle goes when it goes? Did you ever do that?
As a matter of fact, I did. In fact, we used to put clothespins on the paper cards and it would go.
Right. That's right. That's right. And think for a minute now the effect you would get if you took those playing cards, placed them in between the spokes around, and paddled. You'd have a paddle wheel. In essence, a paddle wheel.
Well, yeah, I hear you now, because it would be just very similar to Robert Fulton's steamboat,
That's
wouldn't it?
right. The only problem that we've run into is we have to wear earplugs, because with all those cards, we get a...
If you and Steve rode together on your bikes, it would be like a... like that,
That's right. It's an annoying damn sound,
I could
let me tell
see
you.
that. Yeah, there'd be a lot of noise, right? Going
An
back and
awfully
forth like
annoying
that.
sound.
Yes, I
awfully
can really
annoying.
understand that.
Yes.
There's no question about it in my mind.
Uh-huh.
Now, I see somebody putting up a white diaper bag there. It looks
Yes.
like, my God almighty,
Yes.
did he do a missing that,
An
huh?
awful lot of poops in there.
That's got to be, that is more than big time. That is Al's big time all.
Some kind of show you run here, Al.
I know, well, we do bits and pieces like this as
Okay.
we go on, you know. So now we have the understanding and we have the principle of the float of the tire attached to the bicycle frame, how you plan to propel yourself across the ocean. Now, what is going to be your point of departure?
Point of departure, well, that's a legal problem. Al, that's an awful legal problem. We have a lot of places that we're considering. Well, the shortest point, of course, would be West Islip, Long Island.
You having problems with the legality of the, with the area or what?
It's more of a name thing with Islip, you see, because we don't want to start from a place that says Islip. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because really, I understand that. I can just see
where
it.
balance is
Yeah,
so
right,
important.
yeah, because especially if you plan on leaving, and the news is going to get out, it's going to leak out to the press, and I can understand Islip.
Islip, New York.
Yeah, no, you
and
wouldn't
that's
wanna,
not going to sound
no,
good.
Islip is no bad.
And especially if you say Islip, New York, and you see a picture of a person standing with a bicycle in the ocean, in essence, it doesn't look good.
You know, it's too bad. One thing you couldn't do, Neil.
What's that?
If you and Steve couldn't plan to start from Yugoslavia, then it would be Yugo.
Yugo, that'd be good.
Yeah, it'd be rather than Islip. Or if you start an
That's
Islip, it
good.
would be Yugo. Islip, Yugo.
You know, I'm no geography whiz either, Al.
I
But
noticed that.
Yugoslavia doesn't border the Atlantic, does it?
I think it borders Hungary.
Hungary. Speaking of that, we going to be eating soon?
I think we're going to have to break for a commercial pretty soon.
Just about ready.
Well, ladies and gentlemen,
yeah,
we're going to continue
this
this
show
interview.
did promise me a meal here, right?
Well, you'll have a
Yeah,
meal now.
okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to break now, and we'll be back in about 15 or 20 minutes.
Thanks, Al.
Fine.
This is the People's Court. Today, the case of the dog pooper. They're entering the courtroom now. First, Al Duville. Dum-dum-dum-dum. Al says that on the night of August 18th, a dog owned by Susan Malovich did come into his prize flower bed and poop all over his most prized flowers. He's suing for $1,500. And here comes Sue Malovich. She says her dog Fluffy would never enter Al's prize flower bed, and even if he did, he's very constipated and hasn't had a poop in weeks. She's countersuing for $1,500. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for coming. I know you've been sworn, and I've read your statements. Al, I understand. You'll have your turn, Ms.
Non-judge.
Malovich. Yes.
I don't swear.
Okay, very well, Miss Malovich. I understand you've promised then, okay?
Okay.
Al, I understand that on the night in question, a dog did enter your flower bed. Can you tell me about that?
Yes, Your Honor, I'll try to be as brief as possible. I am a prize owner of a unique flower bed. I have documents here showing you, if I can give them to Rusty.
Please give
and he'll
those
bring
to
them over
Rusty.
to you.
Yeah.
And they'll show you, if you read those documents, that this is a flower bed that has been noted as one of the most outstanding ones throughout the United States. I have entered in competitions. I have won many competitions.
I understand that, sir, but you're suing, and I'm afraid the burden of proof is upon you. I don't care about your flowers right now. You have to prove that this dog did excrete his solid waste on these flowers. Can you prove that, sir?
Yes, Your Honor, I can not only prove that, I have affidavits that this dog not only excrete on, he shit all over my lawn, you know?
Judge?
I'll show you. There's signed
Judge?
affidavits
Yes,
from
Miss
3 or 4
Malovich.
different people here.
Miss Malovich, you'll have your turn.
Judge, I need a Kleenex.
Miss Malovich, just wipe it on your sleeve, okay?
And I'll
Continue,
prove
Mr.
beyond a
Duval.
shadow of a doubt, Your Honor,
Well,
that
please
this
begin some
dog,
proving.
I have 2 people here, affidavits signed, verified by lawyers, that this dog was not on a leash. We have a leash law in this state.
May I see those?
He left Mrs. Malovich's yard and came right over here, Rusty.
Oh, Rusty, a little problem with the coordination today. Sir, these documents are totally false. These documents are totally false. This is not a lawyer in the bar in the state of New
Yes,
Hampshire right
yes,
now.
I beg to differ with you, Your Honor, Judge Wapner. He was in the bar.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
in
where
fact,
he
that's where I
broke
met
his
him, in the bar.
Yeah. I'm sorry, we cannot take this. Do you have anything other than sworn statements from your friend?
Well, yes, I do have the excrement right here where he crapped all over the lawn. Here,
would you please give that to Rusty?
here, Rusty.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Stewart. Do you have anything else to say?
Well, no, not, Your Honor, other than that this flower bed of mine is completely ruined, and it's going to cost at least $1,000 to get it back up to where it was before the dog did his thing on it. And I think that dog should be put away, really.
Very well, Mr. Duval.
Because we're
Miss
not in
Malovich.
Alaska, and it's an
Mr.
Alaskan
Duval, that's
husky.
enough.
We
Miss,
don't really need an Alaskan husky.
Miss Malovich. Miss
yes,
Malovich, what do you have to
what?
say in your defense?
Well, I have a dog.
I know you have a dog. What's the dog's name?
Fluffy?
Fluffy is
Fluffy,
the
yeah.
dog's name, and do you deny that this dog did excrete its solid waste material on the flower bed in question?
He pooped,
Did
yeah.
he poop on the flower bed?
Yes, he pooped, yeah.
Did he poop on Mr. Duval's flower bed?
Well, what he did was he sort of came around and he went like this, like that, and he sort of went like that.
Miss Malovich, I know what it means to poop.
I guess that's pooping.
Miss Malovich, we understand that he pooped. Did he poop on Mr. Duval's flowers?
You're Mr. Duval?
I certainly am. And I have a good flower bed, too.
He did
I
poop
had a
on the
good
flower.
flower bed.
Yes, he did, but you know
Then, was he on a leash? Miss Malovich, was he on a leash?
My dog doesn't wear a leash.
Then you are in violation of the leash law.
But I was
Miss
close
Malovich,
by.
I am
I was
completely
close
confused
by.
why you even came to this courtroom. You've just, in essence, confessed to a very serious crime, a very serious crime indeed. And why are you in this courtroom? And furthermore, why are you countersuing Mr. Duval for $1,200?
I need some cash.
You have no further reason than
No,
that.
no. See, I need cash for Kleenex. Oh man.
You don't have anything better to say for yourself than that, Miss Malovich?
Judge, what can I say? I need Kleenex.
Thank you both very much. I will take a short recess, and I'll be back with my answer.
Just put it on pause. Order in the court, ladies and gentlemen. This court will remain in session. Judge Wapner will now come back with his decision.
Thank you very much. You may all be seated. Some very interesting legal points come to mind in this case. It seems very straightforward at the outset. Miss Malovich did indeed admit, in fact, that her dog Fluffy was not on a leash in violation of the law, that her dog Fluffy did indeed poop on some very important flowers for Mr. Duval, thus ruining them, causing him much pain. But there are points which aren't taken into effect. One of these points, for instance, is that Miss Malovich is my wife. The other point taken into effect is that I won't have anything to eat for several weeks if I find out of her favor. And in that regard, I fine for Miss Malovich in the full amount of her suit, Connor suit,
I need my Kleenex.
for $1,200 and 3 boxes of Kleenex.
I object! I object, Your Honor! Your Honor! Your Honor! I object!
I find you highly objectionable too, Mr. Duval.
Patty cake, patty cake, patty cake.
Hey, Maxine, you put it back up in the chair like you had it before, because those were beautiful shots, you know?
Thanks, Maxie.
My God, that's not Maxie. Oh, she's so, oh, there it is. Yeah, I want to zoom in on that little tail. Okay, now give her a side shot.
What a model.
There. That's the one we want. Hey, oh, Ashley. Hey. Now can you give her the carrot again?
Here's your carrot, Bugs. Hey, what's up, Doc? Hey, what's up, Doc? She doesn't even try to take the ears off.
Look at the faces she's making. That carrot's not no good.
Yucko.
Happy Halloween.
Say this is Ashley's first Halloween.
This is Ashley's first Halloween. Do you say Halloween or Halloween?
You bought the ears?
The ears and the tail was just a little, kit. And I went to party time.
Oh, and then you just put her on top of her white outfit.
Yeah.
Andrea, what did you do now? Andrea?
The ears and the tail.
Look at me and tell me what you did.
No.
Paul, you tell me what you did.
Look at Mom.
Paul, look at me and tell me what you did.
What did I do?
Yeah. Okay.
I didn't do that noise.
You didn't do that noise?
No, I didn't make that smell either.
My God, it must have been Ashley. You like that carrot, Ashley? You look just like, hey, what's up, Doc?
Yes, there's one upstairs.
Because I didn't bring any.
It's just a little one, but...
I just something so I can wrap around and when we take on it. Because we're going to pasta.
Oh, Martha had a little boy.
She did?
Yeah,
Oh.
7/12.
What's your name?
Daniel Vincent was born at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yesterday? This morning?
This morning, yeah. A little after 3, I guess, 3:15.
What hospital is she in? Oh.
Well, that's where she used to live. That's where she had her first.
Gee, I'm coming here.
Oh, can I have some? What do you got?
Ooh.
Baby. Put one in Ashley's thing. So it'll look like we went to church. Yeah, there goes all your candy.
You get that one, okay?
Yep.
Look at
Patty cake, patty cake.
Oh, little fat belly. Huh? Little fat belly.
She drops. Yucky. Hippity hop. Here
Yeah.
comes Peter.
Yeah, that's cute.
Cottontail.
Andrea,
Yeah?
when should I tell him to inspect us?
We'll be in about very shortly, 5 or 10 minutes.
Look at Graham. Look at Graham. Look at Graham.
Say hi. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Oh, my God, we got this. Oh, look at it. He is such a little doll.
Did you start a new tape?
No, this is the one on the, I can take them off now.
But I don't know. Doesn't matter. Wait, what's he
Eric
being?
gonna be?
They, we
They don't know
said,
yet?
don't tell her. They want me, they want.
It's a Sesame Street thing. He told me.
Oh, really?
I think. What's Emily coming? Is Emily coming or just Keith and Eric?
I think it's just Eric and Keith.
Are they gonna go trick or treating?
We can get
Yeah, that's cute, Maxie.
Are they gonna?
Ashley, look at Gramps. Look.
yeah, just No, I think he's gonna come here first. I don't know. Maybe he is gonna go on the street first. What time is it?
Almost there. We're having dinner at Paul's parents. 2 nights this week.
Oh, okay, you got this all, the stuff here.
Well, that's all right. Take it out.
Oh! A rabbit flipped over. Wanna go the other way?
She's got blue whiskers. All I got was a blue eyeliner.
Trick or treat.
We should have Ashley.
The back light is on too, and I better go put it on.
Yeah, better put that off. Is right. I don't want any of those monsters out there.
We're not giving.
Well, I didn't mean to speak into the microphone. They're not monsters.
You're nice.
Carrot! That's Ashley's carrot!
Boy, I'll be glad when I had a tripod. See how nice they come out when you had a tripod?
Yeah,
It doesn't move at all, right? And they pitch and give me a tripod. This is to get more with a handle on it. We're not a secret.
My head nurse is a patient.
Me and Andrea are in the microphone. I had it on here.
Huh?
What's on?
Diverticulitis.
Really?
It's an Italian disease.
Real cheap.
Yeah, it must be one of those little small boxes.
She says it's got 3 bedrooms.
Really?
It's not that small.
How much they pay for it?
She said it was this old couple and they had it appraised 3 years ago and they didn't have it reappraised and they just kept
For them to pay back.
Oh, yeah, of course. Well, I know because we bought this house here, no down payment and no money, right, Maxie?
Yeah.
So we're in the same position, of course.
Get her! I got her! I got her! She's a little bunny!
Baby. Ashley!
Looks like Patty.
Where's Ashley? There's old Ashley down there. Where's old Ashley?
Here I am!
There's my little girlfriend. Where's my little girlfriend with the mustache? Pressed the wrong button, but it's going now, Ashley. We're all set now. It's going. Right, Paul?
Say, Gramps, you missed my best shots.
Patty cake.
You know what happens? A lot of times I press the paw. I mean to press the, I don't want to be talking to this microphone. I'll see how
Yeah, I
dumb
know
I
what
am.
you're saying. Press the zoom and
Yeah, right, yeah.
hit the pause instead.
Yeah.
You wanna go? Say bye
Sure,
to the
that's what
camera.
happened. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Ashley.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. I love you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
See you
There
next
she goes.
Halloween.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Bugs Bunny. Bye-bye. What's up, Doc? Hey, what's up, Doc? Tuck, 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 tuck. Tuck, 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 tuck. Oh, she loves to look at the camera, huh?
I don't know if it's
I
that
wonder
or
where
she's
she
trying to
gets
figure
that.
out what you have stuck in her
She
eye.
must have get that from her maternal grandfather. You get that from your maternal grandfather. Yes, you do.